Now that you know the functions of the prepositional case and you know the forms for singular nouns in the prepositional case, now it's time for a very fundamental concept in the Russian language. And that is your choice between prepositions V and НА. Now, why is it important? It's because this concept is going to come up later throughout the studies of the cases, the Russian case system. But right now, we would just want to learn a solid foundation. Okay, let's get started. Let's have a look at the following examples. В стране, in a country. В интернете, on the internet. В школе, at school. So as you see, the preposition v is translated into English as in, on, or at. So if you had this idea that v would be in and na would be at, this is not quite the same. We Russians, we follow a completely different idea here. As I mentioned before, Russian is a very visual language. So here we want to visualize a bit. Preposition v means inside. Inside of something. Something that has borders, a ceiling, visible borders, or boundaries. For example, в столе, в шкафу, в музее, в школе, в театре. The last three examples, they show that places associated with buildings like school, theater, and museum will be used with preposition v. Preposition na means outside in an open place. So if you visualize something that is placed in an open space, there are no visible borders, no ceiling, then use preposition na. На столе. Something is on the surface of the table. На острове. On the island. На улице. On the street. На площади. In the square. Okay, preposition v is used with cities and countries. Of course, there are no visible borders, but there are administrative borders. And if you're within the city, you will say в городе. The country, of course, has its borders. Then, logically, quite logically, в стране. Preposition на will be used not only with horizontal surfaces, but also vertical surfaces. For example, we will say на улице, but also на картине, on the picture. Very good. Let's continue. В парке, in the park. В лесу, in the forest. Now, if you visualize yourself in the park or in the forest, you're within the boundaries of the park. Yeah, moreover, if the trees are tall, you're kind of surrounded by trees there. Just visualize here, okay? Now, preposition na will be used with places such as the plant, на заводе, factory, на фабрике, post office, на почте, and railway station, на вокзале. Now, if you visualize again, here when you are located at the plant, it's usually a big collection or a set of buildings there, and you're not exactly in one of the buildings. You could be located anywhere within the boundaries of that plant or factory. It's a large place, sometimes without borders or little borders, but the last two, they're usually listed as an exception, and actually all of these are in the study books. You will see that they're listed as exceptions, but I prefer to use some logic here. The logic here behind is that post office and railway station, they used to be open places. without buildings. Nowadays, of course, we have buildings, but it used to be an open place. На почте, на вокзале. Just a way to memorize it, okay? The preposition в will be used to say in the beginning, в начале, in the middle, в середине, at the end, в конце. Also to say in life, we will use preposition в жизни, in life, в жизни, в интернете, on the internet, в интернете. Yeah, just visualize as internet as a cloud where the information is. So it's, for us as Russians, it's quite logical to use this preposition in these cases. Okay, let's go back to preposition на. That's where we stopped, right here. Preposition на with points of compass. Repeat after me. На севере, на юге, на западе, на востоке. Another very important idea behind the preposition на is specifying an action, a process, an activity or event of some kind. Акция, событие, an event, событие. So let's look at the examples. На концерте, at the concert. A concert is a process. So use preposition на концерте. На уроке, at the lesson. На уроке. На завтраке, at breakfast. На завтраке. На работе, at work. На работе. And of course, there are a couple of exceptions here that we need to memorize, even though отпуск, vacation, and командировка, business trip, are of course actions, a process. Still, we will use preposition в with both of these words. В отпуске. В отпуске. В командировке. В командировке. Now that we have learned how to use the prepositions в and на, I'd like to take a look at lots of examples. Please follow me, get used to the usage of these prepositions, and repeat after me. Привет! А где дети? В школе, на экзамене. А папа где? В зале, на тренировке. А собака где? Гуляет на улице, в парке. А ты почему дома? Играю на компьютере. А где еда в холодильнике? Не знаю. Let's have a closer look at some of the constructions here. So first of all, I wanted to mention this noun here. Тренировка, a workout or a training session. It's a process, therefore I will use this preposition на тренировке. Then I wanted to mention this combination here, на улице. It's not always out on the street, but we will use this construction to say outside. For example, if the kids are hanging out outside of the house, spending leisure time, that's what I will say. Дети на улице. And let's pronounce this long word here, the fridge. Холодильник, холодильник. And don't forget to connect your preposition with the word. В холодильнике, в холодильнике. Алло, здравствуйте. А Дмитрий на месте? Нет, Он в командировке. Извините. А где в командировке? В Париже. Во Франции. Спасибо. Yeah, look here. When I asked Dmitry на месте, what I meant that Dmitry is at his place. Место. We know that место is a place. So figuratively, we will use this noun with preposition на to say that someone is functioning, he's in his office, he's on duty. Okay, so if you want to ask if the doctor is in the office, he's working, that's what you will ask. А врач на месте? Or the director, for example, а директор на месте? Business trip, командировка. Don't forget that it's an exception. That's why we have preposition в here, even though командировка is a process. Он в командировке. And where exactly is his business trip? Где он в командировке? В Париже, во Франции. Yeah, remember that cluster that we have to break up with a vowel? Во Франции.